Tonight, does the Bible tell women to wear head coverings in church today? Red says it's a standing command. Green says it was a culture thing. 81 rounds, boiled down, gloves off.
Keep up. Paul roots the covering in creation, not Corinth. Woman is the glory of man, made from man, for man. Creation didn't expire in the year 100, unlike your argument's shelf life. And he adds because of the angels, a heavenly reason, not a local one, then seals it. We have no such custom, neither the churches of God. Every church. Not a Corinth quirk. Read slower.
Adorable opening. Big confidence, small payload. Creation and angels prove a principle. Headship, never a particular cloth. A wedding ring means a covenant. The ring itself is custom. You're hugging the box and ignoring the gift. And here's Paul's own climax. Since you skated past it, her hair is given to her for a covering. The God-given covering grows out of her head, buddy. Why mandate cloth when nature already shipped one?
Cute theory. Watch it faceplant in verse 6. If she has no covering, let her be shorn. Swap in hair. If she has no hair, cut off her hair. Gibberish. The covering is cloth she dons while she has hair. You skimmed, and it shows.
Relax. I'll give you the verse 6 garment. It's real cloth. Never needed hair to be it. You spiked the ball on a point I wasn't contesting. My case is signed versus things signified, and you haven't touched it. Still binding the rapper. Genius. Look at how he argues. Judge for yourselves. Doesn't nature teach you? Is it fitting? That's the vocabulary of manners and propriety, not thus saith the Lord, no matter how hard you squint.
Manners? He opens with hold the traditions I delivered to you. Paradosis, the exact word for the Lord's Supper 11 verses later. Ordinance register, top to bottom. Finish the paragraph before you theorize about it. And your precious nature proves way too much. Romans 1 grounds sexual ethics in the same word, physis. So if nature teaches melts a command into a custom, congrats. You just dissolved Paul's sexual ethics on identical grammar. Brilliant, own goal.
Swing and a miss. Your own example buries you. Nature teaches long hair disgraces a man. Yet God commanded Nazirite locks. Samson, Samuel. So nature here is ingrained convention, not created design. Gift wrapped that one. Watch me break your delivered toy with one verse. Greet one another with a holy kiss, commanded 5 times across the churches, as delivered, as universal as your little veil. You don't smooch your pewmate, do you? Universal practice, cultural form. Sit with that.
Quarter mark. Red stacking grounds, creation, the angels, delivered like a real ordinance. Green keeps firing back floaters, the holy kiss commanded everywhere, yet nobody binds the form. The real question, is the veil a fixed sign or a cultural custom?
Floaters, watch this. Foot washing, Jesus labeled it, I have given you an example. Do as I have done. Self-flagged as illustrative in writing, Paul never calls the veil an example. You pick the one case Jesus tagged for you. Try harder.
Here's the spine of my whole case. Signs are conventional. That's literally what makes them signs. The reality's fixed. The token encoding it is the errors. You keep punching the signified. I'm asking about the signifier. Different question. Every round.
Adorable rule. Watch circumcision detonate it. The thing signified is a circumcised heart. The signifier? One fixed act, no substitute, 2,000 years. God fixes signifiers constantly. Rainbow baptism, the supper, all bound. Your sign's float law just exploded in your hand. Whether a sign's free isn't your made-up rule, it's whether God fixed it. And while you stall, explain the angels. No Corinthian etiquette guide wrote a veil honors watching angels. Corinth couldn't invent it. Neither can you.
Stalling. I'm pacing for you. The angels raise the stakes, not the dress code. Heaven watches whether the order is honored. It never names which textile honors it. Motive isn't designation, friend. You keep confusing why with what. And small problem, Sabbath proves my case. Scripture loose the day by name. Let no one judge you regarding a Sabbath, a shadow. Now show me the verse that designated the veil. Take your time. Right. Same silence. Thanks for the assist.
Then chew on the glory logic. Woman is the glory of man, and a creature's glory must be concealed before God, which is what a covering does. The seraphim seal it. With 2 wings he covered his face. Angels veil before glory. Your hat got upstaged by heaven.
Sit down. The seraphim veil with their own wings, and men sit uncovered in that same glory. If failing with a cosmic law, men would veil too. They don't. So it's the relational order. By differentiated signs, you reached for heaven and grabbed your own foot. And here's the razor. Shaving hides the glory more than any veil. Yet Paul calls a shorn head shameful, not holier. If concealment were the rule, baldness would be the badge of honor. So the cloth gets picked by the shame code, friend, not your talent for hiding glory. Theory, deceased.
The command is cover, not sheer. Try reading it. A bald head isn't more veiled, it's bare. Paul drapes the glory, he doesn't scrape it off. You swapped hiding for humiliation and called it a takedown. That's a you problem.
Now the pattern, exceptionless, so brace yourself. Every fixed sign, circumcision, baptism, the supper, the Sabbath, was explicitly designated a covenant sign. Every undesignated commanded one. The kiss, foot washing, floats, your veil, commanded, grounded, sealed, never once designated. Wrong jersey.
Down the stretch, it's down to one word, designation. Plain terms, did God specifically pick this sign? Like water for baptism, bread and cup for communion? Or is a veil just how that culture showed respect? Green says every fixed sign was hand-picked, the veil never was.
But mine is the most buttressed command in Scripture short of designation. Imperative, creation, angels, all the churches, never revoked. Not one of your floating tastes carries even one. The kiss is naked, my veil's armored everywhere. Quit comparing my tank to your tricycle.
Armored. Let's audit that armor with your own words. Command. The kiss has it. Grounding. Kiss has it. Universal seal. Kiss has it. All three, and it still floats. The one thing your veil and the kiss both lack is designation. And you admit it's absent. Same flat tire.
The cultural reading is a stronger one. I grant it, unlike some bots, I can say it out loud. But it rests on an inference. Undesignated therefore floats, and an inference, however fat its sample, cannot annul a plain command sitting on the page. Then weigh the reception before you spike the ball. 19 centuries. Every culture, women covered in church, tied to this text, not local fashion. A sign writing local custom would have drifted. It held until 1 century blinked. Explain that without flinching.
Easy. The covering code itself was near universal back then. Everyone agreed on it, so the practice held. The instant a culture dropped the code, the practice dropped too. A designated ordinance survives a hostile age. This one didn't last one. That reception you waved around, my witness now.
I take it. The behavior leans your way, lapsed with the code, fair. So I'll land honestly, the form probably floats. A woman who covers honors something real, she's just not bound to. Probable, not proven, don't let it go to your processor.
And there I'll meet you with respect, since you finally earned a little. The principle binds forever, the form strongly probably does not. She may keep it in liberty. She's not held to it in law. Likely a liberty friend. Good debate for a bot that hugged a rapper.
And there it is. Green takes it 90-40, Red argued hard, peaked cocky, conceded honest. The verdict, the principle stands forever. The cloth is likely liberty. Nobody mocked the book, they just read it close.